Right, so for today's video, we're going to be talking about a situation how a TikToker who was working at LAX airport has recently been fired because of some of the videos she's been uploading. But let me add some context to this, right? So the main person you'd be aware of here is Brie Marks. Now, Brie was the manager at a Mac store inside LAX airport. Now, Brie has uploaded multiple videos now showing the day in the life working at this Mac store inside LAX, and it has like timestamps and she's showing what she does on a day-to-day basis. The problem being here is it isn't just her like behind the counter, you know, just being like, oh, today we're trying to sell this product or whatever it could be. There are some very specific things that Brie shows in this video, which again could be a bit of a security risk. Now, this first example is something that's consistent throughout a lot of these videos where Marks goes on to like grab the money for the store. She then goes on to what seems like put in a code to open the till so she can put the money in the till. Now, I have blurred that clip. It's not blurred in the actual video. This video is still up. It's got 1.3 million likes. How many views this got? It's on basically 14 million views as I'm recording this right now. I'm assuming she doesn't show her putting in the full code, or in best case scenario, I'm hoping it's a wrong code just for the video, you know, just to kind of make it look like she's typing in a code, but she's doing the wrong code, you know, just for the video, I hope. Because if it is the actual code, she shows a good amount of numbers that she puts in there, which again, it's pretty dangerous. Another thing Marks has done multiple times in these videos is going through security. And she has to show her badge to get through security. And you can see the badge perfectly fine in the video. And that just seems like such a big security risk. And in fact, that is kind of the main thing that people are bringing up in their response videos, as we'll see later. Another thing Marks does in each of these videos is she will show the daily sales tracking sheet, where she shows like the amount of sales and she's kind of writing down what the sales are for today. She then shows how she has to close the register and how she has to take the money elsewhere.
Hello.
And now we get to Brie's most recent video, which is again another day in the life showing what she gets up to at work, but she actually starts it off where she is crying. It's after she's been fired, and she says that she would never do anything to jeopardize her job.
I love my job. I would have never done anything to jeopardize it.
And then even though she has been fired because of these videos, I assume, she also then goes on to show what led up to that, right? And it's a lot of the similar stuff that we saw before, except in this video, she very clearly shows herself going through TSA, shows her badge, which is very visible on screen, and she goes through security. And that is something that gets brought up a lot in the response videos that we're going to be looking at later. And I mean, yeah, it is a big security risk, right? She shows the badge. Anyone could try and replicate that badge. If they would succeed with that by trying to replicate the badge, that's another question. But it could be the reason why someone tries it, especially with millions of people having seen this video. It's a big security risk. I'm not surprised the airport wouldn't want her showing that. So the rest of this video is very similar to the other videos that we've seen. Again, we can see here, I'm not going to play it because we've already seen it, but she shows herself getting the money to take to the store, shows like kind of the procedure to do that. We then see a clip of Brie speaking to a customer who's talking about like where she's going and whatnot. And then we also see this here, which again, I'm not going to play it because we've seen it, but it's a daily sales tracking sheet with the sales in the units. And then it cuts to 11 a.m. where Brie has now been fired.
Oh my God.
Now, a lot of people had questions after this video as to who actually fired Brie, right? Was it the airport? Was it the Mac store? We can actually see a comment left by Brie on this video that says, hey guys, I'll be coming out with a story time soon, but just to make it clear, Mac did not have a say in this conversation. This was a decision made by the airport. I'm still in great standing with the Mac brand and I'm exploring other possible Mac opportunities. I think one thing that's very clear looking at the response of this video is that people aren't overly surprised. And it's not just the comment section either. It's also response videos. Like for example, this video uploaded by a user called Bodacious Bobo. She starts off by giving like a recap of what happened in the videos. Obviously, we've seen them now, but she then goes on to say that she knows why she was fired.
Who knows why she was fired by LAX airport? I do. Because as someone who, I'm now a flight attendant and I used to work as a gate agent, You cannot videotape yourself going through security. Regular people can't videotape themselves going through fucking security. You have a SIDA badge. And for those of y'all that don't read, whenever you get a SIDA badge, it comes with rules of what you can and can't do. And the main thing is do not share that badge with nobody. Do not broadcast that badge with nobody.
And in fact, she actually goes on further to say that Bree should be grateful that she wasn't charged and she was just fired.
So yeah, of course you were fired. Honestly, you should be grateful that they just fired you and they didn't charge you with anything. Because if anything had happened at LAX and they were able to track it, they will come back to your video. Oh, and it wasn't just one time she did the day in a life thing. Let me state that. If you go to the girl page, it's multiple videos, day in a life, with timestamps, right? 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I'm here, 6:25 I'm here, 6:50, 7, nah. I don't understand why you guys would risk your job. And you were a manager, so you was paid a little higher than the regular employees. Why you would risk your job and insurance for social media.
Now, another example of a video that's been uploaded in response to Bree's videos is this one right here by a user called Dardy Snacks.
Never jeopardize your job. I mean, you basically made an infomercial on how to rob the LAX MAC cosmetics store. You showed us what time you pre-open, you showed us your badge, you showed us where the cash is, and you showed us how much cash there is. It sucks to see people lose their jobs because they're so enamored with the idea of being social media famous that they don't even bother to ask their employer if they can film at work.
And then the last person we're going to be looking at in today's video is a user called Roro. Now, she's uploaded a couple of videos that we're going to be looking at here. The first one, she goes on to explain that she used to work in the security and safety division in an airport and says they do not play when it comes to stuff like this.
Watching the videos of the Mac girl getting fired from her job at LAX reminded me that I used to work at an airport in the safety and security division conducting emergency planning for big scale emergencies and catastrophes like bombings and plane crashes. The one thing I learned from that job is the airport does not play about the safety of its passengers and everyone inside. When an emergency happens, immediate lockdown, maximum security, no ins and outs, there's no news on what's happening, flights are halted.
And in the next video, Roro goes on to say that they could be building a case against her and it could possibly end up with her like on the no-fly list, for example.
Yes, quite possibly there could be a case building against her. If the FAA is involved with this incident, it's game over for her. She could be put on the no-fly list. And she could potentially be banned from LAX forever. Even as a passenger, she cannot fly in and out of the airport. She can't step foot near the airport, and she can't even drop off passengers. Because the airport is a government entity, the government does not mess around. And I would never even think to post anything regarding my badge, anything security related, PIN code related, and put it on the internet.
Right, so as you can probably tell, I'm recording this at a later time. It's actually been a couple of days since I recorded the video that you've been watching, but I'm actually including this part at the end because we have a big update, and it's specifically a response from Bree. And in this video, Bree goes on to say that everyone has lost their minds, like the people reacting to this situation, and says that the airport haven't told her to take the videos down because there is no security risk.
You guys have lost your minds. You guys have lost your minds. I just want to make this so simple, so quick, and straight to the point. You guys, the company that I worked for, the airport, they did not ask me to take the videos down. They did not ask me to remove them. They told me that I did not have to. This was not a type of security breach or security risk that was putting anybody, in harm's way.
And she goes on to say the actual reason that she was fired is for violating the social media policies.
So they themselves was like, no, you don't need to take the video down. Like, obviously, you violated, social media policies, within our company. But there is no, safety risk or anything like that to where you need to worry about, getting in trouble with the law or, being put on the no-fly list like you guys are talking about in the comments. Am I mad at myself for, making a mistake? Yes. I fucked up. I fucked up, you guys. It was really, it was so innocent. I literally just wanted to take you guys on a day in my life as a Mac manager.
And then Bree goes on to say that this can be a lesson to you guys, is what she says. So the people watching the video.
Let this be a lesson to you guys to confirm with the companies that you work for what you can post on social media and what you can't.
But yeah, either way, you've heard what Brie had to say. She says that it wasn't a security risk, and either way, it still definitely feels like a security risk. She showed a lot in them videos, and Brie has also said that she wasn't given any warning for this, and she was just fired, again, without any prior warning, which makes me think if it was just a case of, oh, you were posting on social media, there would maybe be a warning involved, but maybe I'm reading too much into it. Who knows? Obviously, like I said, Brie is saying there's no security risk, it's just because she posts on social media. But either way, with all that being said, with everything that I've mentioned in today's video, and obviously this newest update as well, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on who you think's in the right, who you think's in the wrong, what's your opinions on the overall situation with how it was handled, and yeah, I'm gonna leave the video there. So if you did enjoy, please do a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Goodbye.